Building up the body takes time, years even, but losing progress, that starts within a week of inactivity. My name is Faris Solomon. I got my degree in the study of human movement, and throughout many of the sports I played, I had periods of immobilization for recovery, which are needed for certain injuries, but the longer that period becomes, the more detrimental it is for your body. So, here's how immobilization affects the body. Starting with connective tissue, it is continuously replaced and reorganized. Immobilization negatively impacts it by making it more stiff, while also weakening its structural integrity. The lack of movement here also leads to reduced blood flow to the tissue itself, which limits nutrient supply, and that can cause the collagen to break down as it becomes a dense, hard mesh with a reduced range of motion. Especially after an injury, immobilization can cause the new collagen that is forming to have higher crosslinks than usual. These crosslinks are covalent bonds between the collagen fibers that contribute to the structural integrity and stability of the connective tissue, so they are crucial in maintaining strength and resilience. However, when the formation becomes too high, they lead to increased stiffness and decreased elasticity, affecting the flexibility and range of motion in the joint and other connective tissues. It can even lead to conditions such as fibrosis and excessive scarring, which can involve an abnormally high number of collagen crosslinks in the affected area. When it comes to soft tissues such as tendons, ligaments, and blood vessels, immobilization causes them to become less flexible. The lack of movement reduces ground substance, which is tasked for support, hydration, and cell migration within the tissue. So that decrease in ground substance negatively affects multiple processes of tissue maintenance. As for articular cartilage, the extent of the damage can vary depending on the period of immobilization, but necrosis can happen, and some of these changes are irreversible. Now, muscle is also negatively impacted by immobilization. The size of the muscle fiber itself is decreased, as well as the number of fibers within the muscle, which limits its oxidative capacity. It fatigues faster as lactic acid buildup is increased, and interestingly enough, the speed of contraction is also affected. It is reduced as the muscle becomes slower to respond to stimulus. Now that the neural feedback system is affected, the body's ability to sense position, movement, and spatial orientation of its parts without relying on vision, aka proprioception, becomes impaired. Ultimately, with the introduction of remobilization gradually, many of these effects improve. For example, connective tissue would stop abnormal crosslink formation, while for articular cartilage, degeneration is reduced, and that is a direct result from joint motion and weight bearing. As for the remobilization of muscle, it responds best to short periods of immobilization followed by active motion, because movement increases tensile strength and muscle fiber regeneration. While immobilization is needed for certain injuries, returning back to regular movement and exercise when possible is crucial to ensure tissue strength and elasticity, as well as overall health.